Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me on a Wednesday. I know it's gorgeous outside today. The fog burned off this morning and just left us with the most stunning day out there. If you're tuning in to me again, you usually don't show up to my classes to get some beautiful new creative movement sequence, since you know I kind of do really repetitive stuff movement-wise. But it's because I just want you to use this time, use this movement as an exploration for what's going on in your body today. I want you to tap into that which you already know, and start to trust and build on the fact that your body has all the wisdom that you need. And that being said, it's my segue to Ayurveda. So I believe that every time we learn Ayurveda, we basically just say, I already knew that. My body already knew that. If that's something that's starting to be apparent to you and you just want to talk to your body even more and be able to draw that wisdom out of you, then join my course. Yeah, we launch in July again, and 4 to 5 new people will be entering in this session. So have a check it out. It's on my website and it's in the notes. Enjoy. Now let's get started. Come on to your mat. Let's tune in for a moment and then we'll begin to move. Seated or reclined, closing your eyes, and coming into your breath. Just shifting your focus ever so slightly so that you are paying attention to you. And even in that practice, even in the repetition of that practice, coming back to ourselves, we gain momentum, we gain cellular memory, we gain experience of listening and connecting inward. And this enables us to draw on that internal wisdom with just a little bit more ease and a little bit more flow. The energy savings in our lives when we actually allow that flow to happen is exponential. It actually takes a ton of energy to stop a flow. It takes a ton of energy to suppress that wisdom that is within us. Anyone who's ever tried to stop water from, rushing into somewhere when you've had a pipe break or something knows how much energy it takes to stop a flow. And there is this universal energy within us that wants to move through us, delivering the gift that is packaged inside of you to the world. And we push it down. And so we connect here on our mat as a practice, as a way to learn, to start to move with that flow, to start to allow that flow, and to start to invite that flow to guide us in through our days. Such a delicious invitation. So with that, let your next breath be a little bit deeper. And let the next exhale just nicely sigh out your mouth. Let's come to our cat and cow. From whatever position you're in now, bringing yourself to your hands and knees. Begin to let the movement and the breath guide you through an arched back and a lifted head and tailbone. Feeling the exhale just press up through the spine. And the inhale, open your chest, lifting your head and tail. As if we are communicating and participating with the flow of the breath within us. Allowing it to move, inviting it to move. This kind of prana breath that we're using now is tied to Shakti. Shakti is that energy of the universe that wants to take the gift that is inside of you and flow through you to deliver that gift from the universe to the world, using you as the conduit. And so we connect with our prana so that we can connect to that Shakti. Nice work. All right. So come to a normal pose again, cat and cow. Take one foot out to the side. Mine is the left. Left foot goes out to the side. I want you to sink your hips back, draw up again. Take that foot further up to the foot and then sink the hips forward. Draw back to center. And then that foot, sweep it all the way back behind you and tuck it on the opposite side of your grounded back knee. And then sink back and come forward. Okay, we'll do those three again. Foot to the side, sink back. Foot reaches further forward, knee bends, sink forward. Bring it back, sweep that foot all the way around, sink back. Nice. Out to the side. Hips move back, forward, hips move forward, knee bends, and forward. Sweep that foot all the way back, tuck it in behind, nice bend there. Come back to center, undo that knee. Let's try it from the other side. I'll give you a better visual. Opposite foot reaches out to the side, and we just let the hips sink back to the heels. Bring the hips back to center. Sweep that foot up by the right hand, sink the hips forward and back. Foot sweeps all the way around, tucks onto the outside of the grounded leg, sink back. Beautiful. Out to the side. Reach back. Come forward, foot to hand, lean in. Come forward, sweep around, sink back. Yeah, it feels so good in the hips. Hips move back. Foot's at the side now. Foot's by the hand. Foot sweeps all the way around, tucks behind the knee. And we'll do it one more time. Foot out to the side, sink back, up, foot to hand, hips move forward. Good. All the way around, tuck it behind, hips move back. Nice work. And then undo that pose. Sweet. From cat and cow still, reach the right hand out in front of you and your left heel back behind you. Slowly, if your balance allows, reach the hand behind you, lift the back toes and start to find that foot in space. If they connect, you can use the foot, press the hand up to the sky. If they don't connect, you might be just practicing. Reach that arm forward again, push through the back heel, and land. Let's do that on the other side. Left fingers, right heel. Stretch out in front of you. Take the front fingers and sweep them back, lifting the back toes. Maybe they find each other in space. Press through that back thigh, pushing the toes, pushing the hand up towards the sky. Breathe. Nice. Maybe, remember, you're just trying. And then stretch everything back forward again. Sweet work. Hands come back down. Knees spread a little bit wider apart on the mat. I want your hips to go back. Stretch forward. Pull everything up. Walk those hands further forward. Let the hips sink down. Come up. Plant those knees more purposely underneath your hips again. And then come down. And come back up. So as you let your hips sway forward, I want you to pull the shoulders away from the ears. And then come back to cat and cow. Hips come forward, shoulders pull away from the ears. Yeah, you can even let the elbows sort of squeeze in beside the bottom ribs. As if when you're coming down, you're thinking of the shoulder blades reaching into your back pockets. And back again. Sweet. Yeah. Last one. Come back up to center. Hands plant. Back toes curl under. We lift the bum. Sit bones go all the way up to the sky. Hands press down. Anchor through the index finger and thumb. Pull the shoulders away. Feel like your neck just got 2 inches longer. And now paddle your heels. Good. The knees can be generously bent. Your sit bones are poking up to the sky. There's a sway perhaps in the hips. Sweet. Plant the left foot. Let's take the right foot up to the sky. Yeah, bend the knee. Open the knee to the ceiling. Good job. Knee comes back down. And then as you go to release the right foot to the floor, take it to the outside so that the pinky toes of the feet touch. Breathe. And then just stay there. Notice the straightness of the legs. Notice when they need to bend. And feel the new line of muscles that you're aware of now going through that right leg. Good. Right foot goes all the way up to the sky again. Sweep it forward. Can you plant that foot in between your hands? Yeah? Okay. Back foot comes to a lunge. Ground down. Inhale. Fingers come all the way up to sky. Sink into lunge. Beautiful. Beautiful. Press through the back heel and let your fingers just reach forward in front of you. Nice work. And then as you bring your hands to your heart, think of straightening the front leg. Breathe. Beautiful. Nice work. Good. Fingers ground beside that front foot. Let's push off the back toes. Step forward. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, hands plant. Go to plank. Let the body come forward in plank. You can lower however you like. I'd like the elbows to graze the side ribs, lower with control. We're going to land and do a couple back contractions, finding a small back bend. Yeah. As you breathe in, your chest lifts off the ground, your toes lift off the ground. You can feel the back body muscles pulling themselves towards the middle. Yeah, the front line of the body expanding as you come into these little cobras. No weight through the hands, no arm muscles helping. So good. Nice work. Push from that to your downward dog. And then just sway your hips. Bend your knees, paddle your heels, work on that long spine. Feel the extra 2 inches of your neck as you draw your shoulder blades, tucking them into your back ribs. Sweet. Okay. Right foot grounds, left foot lifts up to the sky. Push that heel to the ceiling. Bring the heel into the bum and open the knee up. Nice big stretch. Close the knee. Put that foot to the outside of the right. Breathe there. You can play with knees bending. You can play with straightening the legs. Just feel that brand new line, chain of muscles down the back leg. Breathe. Nice. There's a little bit of movement there. Left foot reaches back up to the sky, and then we try and sweep it through. Knee might come to chest first, and then reach that foot, maybe taking extra steps. You're pressing through the back heel. It's in a lunge position. Fingertips can come to the thigh, or you can reach them all the way up to the sky. Breathe here, pushing through that back heel, reaching through the front knee. Good. Solid, hey? Solid. Let's use our breath, reaching forward, stretching the fingers overhead. Feel the distance between the fingertips and the back heel. Breathe along the back line of the body. Good job. Bring hands into the heart and straighten that front leg. Keep the body, torso tipped forward. Breathe. It's a bit precarious, especially if you're on a carpet at home. Yeah, and the back foot heel is lifted, so you've got a little bit less balance than usual when you have both feet planted. Good work. Bend into the front knee, let the fingertips plant on the floor. We take a step with the back foot forward, ground the foot in, tabletop the back. Sweet. Exhale and flow fingers to the ground. Inhale, sweep everything all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, hand come to heart. Big breath in. Nice, beautiful. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to shins. Long, flat back. Find the distance between the tailbone and the crown of your head. So good. Bend into the knees. Plant your hands. There's a plank pose. Let's hold this plank. You can also choose to be on elbows, forearms. You can drop to knees. Draw the shoulders down the back. Feel like you find distance, the collarbones. Pull away from the toes. Yeah. Breathe. The quads lift into the bone. The backs of the legs feel like they open to the ceiling. Nice work. Let's do a side plank, rolling onto the side of the foot. I'm doing the left side first. You can also drop your left knee. Pull the hips up and away. Like the diagonal distance between the bottom wrist and your hips is trying to get longer. Nice work. Let's do the other side. Plant into the hand. You can either drop that right knee or whatever side you're on now. Pull that bottom hip away from the grounded wrist. Breathe there. So good. So good. Hands come back down. Beautiful. Downward dog. Paddle the heels. Every downward dog just gets a little bit more juicy than the one before it. Now, if downward dog is not your jam, which it often isn't, then this is your cue to just keep knees more bent, right? If you want to be in downward dog from forearms, go right ahead. Yeah. Regardless, find your pose, gaze to your thumbs, bend your knees, and let feet come forward. Tabletop your back, and then fold all the way down. Head falls off the end of the spine. You know that if you've got any discomfort here in your low back, you're doing a nice flat back rather than a full forward fold. Breathe.
One more breath, letting the head really hang off the end of the spine, dragging your spine from the hips. You'll feel lots of extension in the back of your legs. Next breath in, we're going to go all the way to the sky. Hands to heart. 3 circles with your arms. Hands back down to heart. Breathe in, hands to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Breathe in, hands to sky. Nice. Deep exhale. Hands come all the way down to the mat. We do a nice flat back lift. Plant. Go to your plank again. Sweet. From plank, we come forward. You can do the little cobras that we just practiced, or you can do an upward dog here. So we exhale, lowering ourselves to the floor, sweeping into whatever back bend your body wants. Nice. Letting your back toes curl under, reaching into a downward dog. Nice work. Feeling that paddle, enjoying it. Letting your gaze come to your fingertips, bending knees, feet walk forward. Flatten your back. Good work. Exhale, hands fold down. Inhale, fingers come all the way up to the ceiling. And we let those hands drop right down to the heart. Step back with your right heel. Push the heel down into the mat and let your left knee bend. Good. Inhale, fingers come all the way up to the sky and feel the arm bones sink heavy into the shoulder sockets. Warrior 1. Nice. And then we're going to open the right hand back behind us. Turn the right toes, widening that stance. Warrior 2. Breathe as you reach into the front knee. Stretch out of that back one. Good work. Reach through each finger. Pulling these right fingers back, reaching through the left knee, feeling the distance between the tailbone and the crown of your head. Yeah, reach breath into every corner. Good. Now take the right hand. As you spin it forward, can you come into a lunge on the back body? Good. For balance, hands come to heart. I want you to take a step forward with that back foot. Good. Right there. We're going to move to Warrior 3. Front grounded leg holds you. You roll onto the tippy toe, feeling left leg take even more of your body weight. Press into that left leg, lift up. If you have lots of control in your body here, feel free to keep the hands up and above your head. If you need a bit more balance, keep the hands at your heart. I want you to tick-tock so that the back toe taps on the ground and lifts up again. You allow yourself to fold forward as deeply as balance and control is available in your body. Just feeling the strength and juiciness build in that standing leg. Good work. When you get to Warrior 3, just choose if you want to take your arms away from your heart. Again, they can open wide like airplane wings, or they can stretch out in front of you. I just looked. Reach and breathe. Reach and breathe. Bend that standing leg. Step back. Warrior 1. Good work. Hands come all the way down. Allow yourself to step forward to the front edge of your mat. I'll change just so I can see you better. Step back with your left foot. Ground the heel. Drop into that front knee. Let the fingers reach up to the sky and pull the shoulders down and away from the ears. Just feel the distance between the soles of your feet and the reaching fingertips. Press through the back heel and reach through that front knee. You're breathing here. Good work. Opening up that top left hand, stretching yourself open. We take a couple expanding steps through that back foot. Warrior 2. Left fingers pull back behind you. Right knee reaches forward. Feel the distance between the tailbone and the crown of your head. Let the shoulders be soft. Stretch your breath with all your intention into all of the new corners you can feel in your body. Breathe. Breathe. Yeah, breathe. So good. So good. Okay, backhand does a big windmill. We come to a lunge pose. Okay, arms are way out here. Now it's too far. It's kind of too far for most of us to lift up into warrior three. So we just take that back foot, let it come for a little bit closer. If you want extra balance, hands come to heart. We curl onto the back toes, let the front leg take our weight. Straighten that front leg and then tick-tock the foot. Good. So your hands can be wherever you want them to be here. Arms up ahead is definitely harder for balance. All right, when we're ready, building strength in that standing leg, we fold into the deepest version of our warrior three that we have available, where our balance and control is right at our edge. Push through the back heel. Choose if you'd like to take an expansion through the arms out to the side or forward. Keep your gaze steady. Keep your breath steady. Feel that building strength in through the standing leg. Beautiful. Reach. 2 more breaths. Nice. And then let that front knee bend. Step back with the back foot. Inhale, fingers to sky. Deep breath. Step the body forward. Nice work. Inhale, fingers come all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale for a beautiful fluid forward fold. Long, flat back. Hands plant. We go to plank. Nice work. Sweet. Body comes forward and we lower down, taking whatever back bend you want. Little cobra with body planted or that full up dog. Back toes curl, downward dog, and paddle. Paddle heels, sway hips. Notice if you're breathing through your mouth or your nose, shift that breath back to your nose. We always go past the upper lobes of our lungs into the deep, nourishing part where we actually get the fresh oxygenated air into the alveoli, if that's the way to say it, into the bottom of the lungs. Easier for our body to harvest from there, harvest the goodness from our air. Gaze to your thumbs. Bend your knees. Bring your feet forward. Tabletop your back. Good, good. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands come all the way up to the sky. And drop them to your heart. So good. Inhale, hands come all the way up to the sky. And as you bring them to your heart, take a big step. So you're doing a wide-legged stance. Toes can point forward. Inhale those hands up to the sides. Exhale, connect them behind your spine. Clasp the fingers together, draw the thumbs away. And as the thumbs reach down, concentrate on shoulders pulling away from ears, but let your front ribs be relaxed. 2 poses here. I'll turn so you can see better. The first one, we keep the spine as flat as possible, noting that our fold, really, we can feel it in through the backs of our legs. If it feels like there's any tension there, you can absolutely put a bend there. Yeah. Now, only lift the hands as far as you can without breaking the line of your spine. Breathe. Good. Okay, now tuck your chin, relax the back of your neck, roll the spine down, and then lift those hands higher. Breathe. Good. Lengthen the spine. So pull the crown of the head away, lengthening it from the tailbone, and those hands will rest down on the spine again. Good. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, release the hands to the hips. Heel toe the feet back together. Just stand in Tadasana for a moment. Feet hip width apart. Crown of your head tall. Shoulders relaxed away from your ears. Let the palms just release to your side. Breathe through your nose. Feel the prana. Notice how tuned in you are to the flow. Yeah.
The prana is the current of the wisdom of your body, carrying it around, supporting it. And through and on this prana is the Shakti, that universal energy, that intention is to use you to deliver a gift to the world. Packaged inside of you, some wonderful little treat that the world has yet to discover. And the universe is just so wanting to cooperate and play with you to release that gift. Take a nice big inhale, hands to sky, clasp your fingers together. Let's do a side bend right. Inhale up, side bend left. Nice work. Let's go each side again. Open. And again, open. Sweet work. And hands come all the way down. Feet hip width apart. You could even, if you want, less stability, if you want to make your center of balance smaller underneath you could put feet together. Depends what you're practicing. Okay, left leg takes your weight. Let's lift the right knee. We're going to draw that knee right up in front of us. I want you to take your left hand to the right knee and your right arm opens up behind you. Flat palm. Turn your gaze. Nice. You can even press your knee into the outside of your hand or your hand into the outside of your knee. Reach the back of your palm as far back as you can. If your gaze feels okay at the side, let it go to the back thumb. Breathe. Good work. When we come back, we're going to do a version of warrior again. So your hands come to your heart. We take that leg and we just stretch it back. Beautiful. Okay, so you guys can choose here what you want to do. I'm thinking of a twist. So I might take my right fingertips to the ground and put my left hand on my low back. Yeah, little tiny twist there, back heel lifted, and then slowly bring those hands back to the heart. Breathe. Release that foot back to the floor. Like a reverse half moon pose. Ready? Let's do the other side. Right foot takes your weight. Left knee lifts. We're going to bring the right fingers to that left knee and open, 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 open. Good. Okay. So the finger and the knee are supporting each other. They're pressing into each other. It's an isometric support. The back of your hand is pulling back behind you. You're looking to the side. And then if your balance feels able, you can take your gaze towards that back thumb. Breathe. Don't worry if you don't get all the way there. Just see how far it feels able to shift. Nice work. Nice work. Undo. Hands to heart. Let's float that front knee behind you, reaching it back. Come forward. Now, if you want to add the little twist here, I'm going to let my left fingers tent on the floor, right hand to low back, slowly lift my right shoulder. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Square your body to the floor again. Balance on that standing leg. Hands lift to heart. Rotate yourself all the way down again. Such good work. Okay. Inhale, your hands come all the way up to the sky. Exhale, bring them down to your heart. Sweet. I've got one more wide-legged pose kind of itching right now. So come to that wide-legged pose again. Good. And then from your hip crease, okay, you're going to fold forward. Fingertips can maybe tent on the floor. All right. Fingers walk all the way towards the left foot. Now, if you need a knee bend anywhere to make this more attainable, go right ahead. Right fingers reach for that toes. You can also put your right hand on your leg. Okay. Left hand comes into low back. And I want another twist there. You could also just plant that hand and take your twist. You can take the foot to the hand and take your twist. Yeah. Hand to toes.
and then lower down. Let's try from the other side. Maybe let's try from left hand, tented or grounded first. Take the twist. Bring that hand over to the leg. Breathe. Maybe see what it feels like at the toe. Breathe. And then slowly shift those fingers back down. Beautiful. Bend into one knee. Come back to center. Bend into the other knee. Good. Just sway those hips back and forth. Nice work. Your hips sweep all the way over to the right heel. The right heel lifts off the ground. You roll the left toes up to the sky. Hang out here. You're going to play with the fingertips on the floor, noticing how it feels if you want to lift those hands to the heart. Nice work. Smile. Good work. Hands come back down. Let's come all the way over to the other side. Notice your hips sink down. That left heel lifts. We roll the right toes to the ceiling. You leave your hands to the floor, or perhaps you bring your pressed palms to your heart. Breathe. Breathe. Good work. Hands come all the way back down to the floor. Let's come back to center and shift so that your feet feel like they're holding your whole body weight. Your hands get really light as you ask them to lift to the pelvis, and then draw your spine back up in a nice long flat line. Heel toe your feet together. Bring them to touch. And then imagine we're going to go into that chair pose. Well, don't imagine, we are. But I want your back to slide down an imaginary wall. I want the knees to sneak out in front of you. Put a block in your head. Put that block between your legs and squeeze the thighs towards each other. Activate that inner thigh muscle. And then just allow your arms to rise up. Breathe. Hips sink down. Good work. Good work. Let's exhale. Take the hands way back behind us. Back up into chair. Exhale. Back up into chair. Imagine that it's it's your pelvis that's moving. So this isn't your low back. When you sweep back, the tailbone lifts, and when you go back up, the tailbone points to the floor. So let the pelvis guide the movement. Yeah. Yeah, 2 more. Yeah, nice long exhale. Breathe in. Last one. Breathe in. Hold chair. I know my thighs are burning too. Breathe. Breathe, breathe. Reach up all the way to the ceiling. One more breath. Deep forward fold. Plant your hands on your mat. Step back to plank. Reach the chest forward. Lower your body down. Sweep into whatever version you want of your back bend. Back toes curl. Downward dog. You can take a child's pose here. You can stay in a downward dog. Just notice the energy level of your body. Notice what it wants from you right now. Your only job is to listen, is to discern and listen. Viveka is the word in yoga that means keen discernment, constant effort at just watching what it is that you need to be paying attention to. Viveka, keen discernment. Nice work. Right knee comes forward to right wrist. We sink back into that pose of pigeon. Breathe. Remember, if your joints don't like this pose, you're going to roll onto your back and pull your right knee into your chest. Okay, you can do figure 4 that way. Breathe here. I'd like you to keep your right hand planted And then bring your left forearm down onto the ground. Some of you, your body will say, no, don't do that. If your body gives you permission, try this. And then allow this top hand to come up. Beautiful. Some of you right now have got the urge to take this top hand and grab those back toes. You can try that. It's a bit harder with the forearm grounded than it would be if you were here, right? A little bit more available here. Not quite. Breathe. And release. Good work. Let's do pigeon version on the other side. A playful pigeon today. Okay, so if you're on your back, you're going to just lift the left knee into your chest. If you're forward, the left knee comes forward to the left wrist. I'm losing my microphone. Right leg reaches back behind you. To start, right forearm comes down, hand reaches back. There's a twist. Yeah, and if you are feeling like you want to play with that back foot, I would come up onto a tall arm. Breathe. This leg's easier for me. Breathe. And release. All right, playful pigeons, let that one go. One more downward dog, or feel free to take a child's pose. You've got 5 breaths there, okay? 5 breaths in whatever it is you've chosen. Beautiful. Knees come down, feet to the side, and let those feet reach out in front of you. Nice work. Okay, right knee. I'm going to start with left knee just because it's easier for the camera angle. Left knee is going to come in right here, and we'll take a twist to start. So lift the spine up nice and tall. Hug that knee with your right hand. Left finger's tent behind you. Breathe tall. Exhale, release your shoulders. Let yourself twist on that exhale, guiding yourself into a deeper twist. Activate the toes on the long leg. Breathe. 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 Good work. Unwind. Keep that back hand behind you. I want you to just allow this leg to ground down. We're going to use the long heel, this shin, and the back hand to lift us up. Open through the side body. Reach through those fingers. Let the ribs crest to the sky. Nice work. Exhaling and letting yourself come down. I'm switching for camera angle. Support and undo that side. Let your right foot come in. Right foot grounds, spine tall, hug the knee, hands tent behind you. Use your breath. You want a tall spine. You want relaxed shoulders, active foot. Every exhale, just soften yourself a bit more deeply into that twist. Every breath, you're just feeling the length of your spine grow. Every exhale, you let yourself go deeper into that twist. So good. And undo. Nice. Okay. This foot bends. Our connection points to floor are heel, shin, hand. Launch off that. Open the top ribs to the sky. Stretch through those top fingers. Open through the rib cage. Breathe as those ribs open to the ceiling. Nice work. Reach, 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 and Soften all the way down. Let those fingers come right out in front of you. We're going to forward fold here. This is a nice kind of thought process here. I want you to sit in Dandasana. Just notice the flow of energy. Sometimes we get so much energy moving in through our body. And just notice if it feels comforting, if it feels uplifting, or maybe it feels vulnerable. Maybe it feels a little bit too much. I want you to make a choice here. One choice is going to be to sit right here. Perhaps you'll even come into a boat pose if you want to just expand and open this energy more. If this energy is feeling like it's really powerful and strong and you don't quite know what to do with it, it's feeling a bit vulnerable, then I want you to do a forward fold. So the forward fold just helps you contain, just gently contain. That's the best word. I don't want to say shut down because you're not shutting down the energy. You're just not, spreading it all over the place. This pose, on the contrary, you could go back and open, letting the head fall back. If you feel like, let it go. I'm ready to let that energy, that Shakti, flow through me. Whatever comes, comes. Breathe. Or you could do both, kind of a halfway in between pose. Okay, there would be your halfway in between. Nice. Choose which one. Choose one. I want you to spend about 5 breaths here. So in whatever one you're in, take about 5 more breaths. And then let yourself out. Sweet work. All right. Slowly let yourself recline down onto the mat. Allow yourself to have some gentle movement once you get down there. All right. You're going to either pull your knees into your chest, find that happy baby. Maybe you'll do a shoulder stand here. Maybe you're going to do a handstand. Maybe you grab your toes and you push your heels out to the side. Breathe. Perhaps you're going to play with the elbows to right, knees to left, twisting. The last option I have for you in terms of all these little fun things would be to do a little bridge or a wheel. I am a little bridge girl, so I'm going to press those hips up into a little bridge. If wheel is in your wheelhouse, put the hands down beside your ears. If the back of the palm plants, you can press up onto the top of your head and then press up into a full wheel. Breathe. That's especially good if you're practicing today with like your teenager or kid, because they're always good at that one. Nice. Soften down, and when you do land, take time to put your spine on the floor into the longest, straightest line it's been in all day. Drop your knees together or straighten the legs. Check in with your breath. Can you feel it? The prana, the intelligence of the universe coursing through your body, flowing on the breath that you have newly tuned into, releasing and amplifying its full power inside of the cells of your body, communicating with yourself to just tap into that internal wisdom. Notice this force of Shakti, this universal energy wanting to move through you, to share the gifts planted inside of you with the world. the universe, your co-conspirator in creation. Feel all of that. Smile. Breathe. If this is the perfect launch point for you to go into a meditation, then please feel free to just allow yourself to go to that place. And if your practice feels complete today, then just begin to bring any movement back into your body. Finally, as you're ready, drawing yourself back up to seated. I felt like I was with you today. So thank you for tuning in. It was like the energy, it was somehow like I could feel your energy. So I appreciate it very, very much. Namaste.